Hello and welcome to the Legends of Tabletop podcast. We're getting ready to jump into our next session of our Call of Cthulhu game to put away childish things. It's been a little bit since we played, so we're going to do this live. I'm going to go through the notes here. We secured Melvin in his room. We gave him some of the snacks that we had. We convinced him that everything was real. He was pretty disturbed by the whole situation. We were undisturbed during the course of the evening. When we got up in the morning, it seemed like it should be later during the day, but it remained dark outside. There was a commotion. We saw some of the ravens were out messing around with something, which turned out to be a cat or a couple of cats. One cat came in that absolutely loved Georgie. It dropped a rabbit for us. So Vivian prepped that for some stew. And as we were sort of cleaning up, I think Harry found a wheelchair that maybe wasn't in the hallway when we were walking around before, but knowing that we were going to have to move Viv around, brought it into the room, and then move Mildred around. Vivian heard sort of a scratch in the back of her head that said, "Let me in." So she sat down in the chair and was possessed by the spirit of a young woman who had died at the polio hospital,
which I will be renaming.
Okay, fair enough. The cat's name was Black Claw. She said that there was a cabin in the woods that she could lead us to gain some supplies. As Vivian sits in the haunted wheelchair, the
to backtrack a little bit, the cat talked to Georgie while he was asleep, and they were kind of in a pocket slice of the Dreamlands. The cat didn't actually start talking to her.
Well, yeah, fair. The spirit's name was Roxanne. She died here at the hospital. She was 14. She and Melvin were friends. They were dreamers together. Dr. Romero taught the children how to dream. The things that we need to, I guess, spark Melvin to dream again are in his office. Whatever texts or unholy tomes perhaps are still in his office. The children who were the children who were bedridden were the best dreamers, right? Because they had reason to escape the situation they were in. Melvin made her that way. He's responsible for who she was. Dr. Romero was also a dreamer. And he was cut out of the dream world because he was killed by Lynette. I think she intimated. I don't have a note for that though. No? Okay.
Lynette killed Roxanne in the Dreamlands out of jealousy.
Okay, yeah.
And Roxanne was never able to return to the Dreamlands.
Yeah,
Romero had died in the Dreamlands years before and was never able to return to the Dreamlands. So he took pity on the kids by teaching them that technique.
Gotcha.
And I think you learned that if you die in the physical world and you're a dreamer, as you're dying, you can choose to send your consciousness to the Dreamlands and live on there. So when Roxanne died, she had nowhere else to go.
Right.
She could have gone into the light or hung out here, but a life in the Dreamlands was no longer an option for her. So she remained tied to the material world with unfinished business.
And we'll kick it over to you.
Okay, and the change I am making is the condition that Roxanne puts forth, and I will be renaming her before publication. And the reason I am is because as soon as I said I was renaming her, Vivian texted me, Roxanne, and that's why I'm renaming her. Because I'm not putting up with that during gameplay.
But you cannot assume that everyone is going to have
two of you did it out of 4.
Taste.
Georgie was doing it too. No, I'm not naming her Roxanne. I thought we'd be more mature than this. Apparently not. So
that's fair.
She's going to be named. It's going to be like Gladys or Violet or something like that.
Oh, come on. You can't name her Gladys or we'll all be singing the Portal song.
Right, well,
I
it's
don't
not
know
going
what
to be
that
Gladys
is.
then.
Aperture science. We
Exactly.
do what
Do
we
what we must.
I don't even know the
because
song, but
we
she's not Gladys
can.
anymore. There's so many names you can't use. You can't use Janet. Oh my God, never fucking
Damn
use
it.
Janet. It's either
Janet.
Interplanet Janet, she's a galaxy girl, or Damn it Janet.
Let's go screw.
So yeah, Janet is never gonna.
You can name her Layla.
No.
Layla, you got me on my knees.
So
Layla.
yeah, we're gonna find
I thought that was
a
Cecilia.
really like Edith. It's gonna be something that nobody's ever written a song about.
Gertrude.
Gertrude. No, I have a Gertie. I have a famous Gertie in my mythology.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Anyway,
she's Roxanne for now, but not much longer. Roxanne, I'm going to say that in return for helping you learn how to dream and possibly, her instructing you that that Melvin will be much more powerful in the Dreamlands than out of it. In return for all of that help, what she wants is for you to convince him that all of this is his fault. That before you defeat Lynette, if that he will at least apologize to her and take responsibility for what he's done to her. I think she's expressed how he made her that way, that he basically made her to love him and only him and never gave her a choice in the matter. So the monster that she is a monster of his creation. So it will be your job to basically have Frankenstein take responsibility for creating Frankenstein's monster.
right.
Okay, and I will let you guys take it from here. You have some choices to make.
So it's we feel. I guess where we left it off, we felt like it was around 6 a.m. So are we picking up then? Still, we're like in the morning
Sure.
Yeah, it sounds right.
ish.
Yeah.
Is this before or after the guys did their run to bring back supplies?
Yeah, they've not done that yet.
We haven't
Okay.
done
Gonna
that yet.
happen.
I wasn't sure.
Right. Yeah. So Harry says then he's like, Georgie, what do you think? Maybe do we want to take a risk out to that cabin? If Viv, if you and Mildred are safe here, if she won't come in, right? Because she wants to see him dead, right? So if he wastes away in here, she doesn't lose nothing.
She wins. Yeah.
So if we run, although she could take a run at us, and I don't know. What do you think, Georgie? She's got all them hoodoo powers, and I don't know if we can come up against that. Yeah.
Hey, I mean, we gotta get out of here somehow anyway, right? Thing is, do we want to take the time to get to that cabin and supply up before we leave, or do we want to just book it?
Well, so he's like starving and everything, right? So like,
Yeah, he's in very bad shape.
if there's
And
food there,
and remember, Millie was very badly mauled.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's been a few days and she's managed to heal a couple of points, I'm sure.
I have?
Well, you've slept a couple of times, so I'm going to give you, even under these horrible conditions, I'm going to allow you to naturally heal 1 point.
Sure. I won't complain.
so if there's some food in the cabin, maybe some weapons. I think Roxanne was saying, or
The
maybe
cat, Black Claw.
Well, I'm wondering. I don't know if this player knowledge, if we talked about this afterwards, if the stuff that we bring comes with us to the dream world, right? So if we get food, we can eat some of it and then potentially take some of it. I don't remember if that was
It depends on whether you go in bodily or dreamily.
okay. All right. So yeah, so at least we could get some food. Maybe there's some weapons. I don't know if we can take any of that. I mean, if the girls could go through the books, right, it might take them a little while to get through everything. I mean, Melvin doesn't remember how to dream anyway, so like maybe something in them books will jog his memory. No.
Yeah, I mean, at least maybe getting some food in them and give them a little bit more energy will help them, make it through.
I mean, he's pretty much got to know how to dream, or all of this is for nothing from Lynette's point of view.
Well, she'd take him though, right? I mean, if he's a dreamer and then he dies, then he'd have a choice, or maybe she'd pull him in. Who knows?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Just based on what Roxanne said.
Right. Okay, so we can get to those books regardless. The only question is whether you want to do the food run. Well,
I
food
mean,
and
if,
weapons run.
yeah, I mean, weapons at least will help us get back here. They ain't gonna do much good getting us there, but they'll help us get back a little easier, maybe. And yeah, we get the food, we get the weapons, we get back here. Hopefully, by the time we make it back, you all have done some research and know how to get into the Dreamlands, and everybody kind of bulks up and we get in there.
Okay, so if we're splitting the group, do we want to do the cabin run first, or do we want to do the psychiatrist's office?
Either or.
Yeah.
Viv, you okay to going down and getting the books? I don't. Millie's not going to be in much shape to help you with the stairs. You know.
I hold up my sock with my apple in it.
Oh, that apple's long gone. You guys were starving, remember? You had to eat that apple.
Throw
I just
some
hold up
rubble
my
in that
sock.
sock.
You probably
throw
got
some
rocks.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
something in there, but I'm holding up my sock.
I mean, I remember
fine,
Georgie
Harry.
had an iron pipe that was like
Yeah, really.
doing decent damage. And there was stuff in the kitchen that you could have found rusty knives and
I think I have a rusty knife.
a cast
from
iron
before.
skillet could be deadly.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. Thank you,
Okay.
Harry. I appreciate it.
So
And Millie,
here's-
you'll be fine by yourself.
I got 4 hit points now.
oh my god!
I'm not sure what that
You're like
means, but
You're like a D&D, a first level D&D wizard.
Yeah. Only without the magic.
Hit points. What's hit points?
Okay, so while we wait for Georgie to come back, Vivian, do you want to go up to the?
Sure.
Okay. So you kind of feel like you know your way because you kind of do. Having been inhabited by Roxanne's spirit, it's almost as if there's some untapped muscle memory from the spirit who was just in you. Like this was a happy place. This was somewhere where they went and enjoyed going.
Okay.
Okay.
Any chance there's any other lead pipes, things like that we might have
Make it
missed in
luck
the
roll.
first place? Sure. How lucky am I? 22 out of 75.
You
Not bad.
easily find, the sturdy leg of an office chair
Mhm.
that could serve easily as a 1d6 club.
Okay.
And it even has like the screw kind of sticking out of the head of it. So
You said a D5, you said, or
1d6.
1d6.
We don't have any
I know,
non-Euclidean dice that have 5 sides.
Yeah, but I just wanted to.
Yeah, one. Yeah, it's fine. All right,
10
so
divided by 2, those things.
gotcha. Okay, so okay, you get to the mentor's office. Did Roxanne actually tell you what you needed to recover?
Trying to remember, I might have written it down.
I think she said that that he had books in his office, if I remember correctly.
Journals. I think
Something
that's what
like
it was.
that,
Yeah. Because it was explaining how to get into the Dreamland. And like what the Dreamland was. So essentially I'm going to be looking for something that either looks like a journal.
Okay, so you get into the mentor's office. You see the faded glass, with the stenciled writing that says Dr. Mitchell Romero. And the doors, of course, it's locked, but it's easy to either kick it open or break the glass, or I don't know if you want to try and, jimmy the lock with a lockpick roll, but
the likelihood of that working is very, very small. I'll break the glass.
okay, you break the glass and you enter the mentor's office. You see there's a large desk, some chairs in front of the desk, a larger chair behind the desk. There's a bookcase. A very old rug, some very heavy drapes over the window, making the room very, very dark. Even though the sun hasn't risen in several days, so it's still dark out. But this room is exceptionally dark because it's kind of got the blackout drapes.
Yeah.
But there's no draft in here, so it's for this ruined hospital. It's actually a pretty comfy room.
Yeah. So I want to look around the room.
Okay, as you're looking around the room, you don't have to roll a spot hidden for this because it's obvious. Underneath the desk, like on one side of the desk are drawers, and on the other side of the desk, it appears to be drawers, but it's actually a safe.
Ooh. I assume it's locked.
It is locked. And you do see on there's bookshelves here with lots of moldy old books. There's one large space inside the book, inside one of the bookcases that kind of has almost like a shelf that comes out, and kind of nestled in there is an old crank phonograph player.
Oh.
And there's also a broken metronome on the desk.
Broken. Okay. So I gotta get this. I want to get the safe open because obviously there's no books around there that would look anything remotely close. Nor would he have something out. And it's a padlock, or
it's a combination lock.
Oh, it's a combination lock. Oh, fudge. So on his desk, I want to look and see if there's just any scrap pieces of paper anywhere.
No.
Anything carved? Can I run my fingers?
Make a spot hidden roll.
I am not spotting a thing.
Okay, you don't.
Well,
there are lots of books in the library, so there are books all over the place.
All
but
right.
You don't see anything like spooky leather journal wrapped in human skin.
All right, so I'm going to look for anything that doesn't have any words on the spine.
They all have words on the spine. These are all commercial books.
They're all commercial.
Or at least they appear to be.
Okay. So I kind of have the time, but I'm going to look for any that seem like they've been moved. Like something.
Nothing's been moved in decades. In a decade here.
Got it.
You can make a spot hidden while searching through the books to see if anything sparks your...
Okay. I'm going to try that again. Oh, that's successful. I got a 15.
Okay. The books are all meticulously organized by topic. And as you're going through one set of books on faraway lands, you find nestled right between books on the South Pacific and Northern Africa, you find a copy of Alice Through the Looking Glass.
I grabbed that. I want to continue looking and see anything related to animals, preferably cats. Probably not.
There are books on wildlife and there are books on everything here.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a A lot of these books are not like scholarly. They're more like teachers, like books that he would pull out and teach and speak to children about.
Okay.
So like encyclopedia books and
Yeah.
more like teacher guides. This is it's instead of a professor's, it's almost like a teacher's library.
Okay. Thank you. All right. The only other thing I want to do, how easy is it for me to take those drapes down?
You could just pull them open.
I'd like to take them just in case.
Oh yeah, you would need a step ladder, or I mean they're pretty high up. They're like
Forget that.
high ceiling drapes on a
All right.
ladder often.
Okay.
It's possible. I mean, you could just haul them down with brute strength.
Yeah, let me try to, if I can at least get one of them.
Make a strength check.
Okay. Strength. Go up for that. I'm not going to bother with the luck points for it. Okay.
You tug of war it and then just give up.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you want to do with the book?
It's pretty dark in there. I can't read it. Can I step out of the office? It might be a little bit lighter in there.
You can. I mean, there are work candles around and stuff. So, as you have the book, what do you want to do with it? You now can look through it.
Open it. I want to open it. I want to see if anything sticks out. I want to see if anything is circled. Marks are made on it.
There are like 6 page numbers that are circled, and on the corner of each page, there's a number between 1 and 6.
Yeah. So I'm going back in. And I'm going to follow the number order based upon starting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I imagine it goes left, right, left, right, left, right.
You open the safe.
Huzzah! What is inside the safe?
There are a bundle of papers, loose, like stacked neatly, below a box, a rolled up parchment,
Okay.
and a phonograph record in a case.
All right. Can I carry all this?
Yeah, the box is like that.
Okay,
It's
but the
not like-
phonographic record player. That's kind of.
Well, no, there's a record. The record player. The phonograph is kind of in the bookcase. That's large.
Okay. Yeah. Do I want to play something that's locked up by myself? Am I that curious?
Well, it looks like the phonograph is not working. You would have to make a mechanical repair roll.
Ugh, let's see. Can I do that? But I don't want to break it.
A critical failure would mean you make it worse.
I'm not gonna. I don't want to take a chance with that. I'll take it with me though.
Okay.
If someone may know more about it, and we have the time for it to go.
So
back
in
down.
a couple of trips, you could take everything you find back up into the area that you believe is secure, where Millie is in. Okay, so you bring all of that up. So you have the sheaf of papers, the box of tea, the box, the parchment, and the record.
And I brought the Alice in Wonderland still.
Right.
Okay. Millie, I come bringing gifts.
So I see. That's a lot of papers.
A lot of papers.
It's not a lot of papers.
Oh, it's not?
It's not. It's a handful, maybe 25
Oh, for some
sheets.
reason I thought she was bringing a box of papers.
No, it's a small box that she still has not opened yet.
Yeah. I'm not
All
opening
right.
things by myself if I don't have to.
All right, let's see what we got.
What do you want to do?
Start with the papers.
Okay, these are papers of some of the student subject accounts of their adventures in the Dreamlands.
Mm.
Most of them are written by children, and you see that they all have strange names. Like none of them are regular names. They all seem very exotic and made up. You know, like thunder, like Thunder Axe, and uh, you know, like Princess Tiger Claw. They're all basically names people would give to their first edition Dungeons and Dragons characters.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
And they're tales of places they've been and people they've met. So basically, they're almost like journal accounts from young dreamers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any names stick out? Roxanne's.
As you read through the accounts, you see towards the end of the journal, one of them starts mentioning a companion named Lynette that he met one day in a field of butterflies.
Oh.
And shortly after he started writing about Lynette, the journals all stop.
All the journals stop.
No, just the journals of this one subject.
Okay.
Oh. That's odd.
Is it Melvin's writing?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, not so odd. Because remember that priest of his. I mean, not priest, but that teacher guy, the one who told him.
Yeah, you got to grow up.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so the other items.
Let's look at the papers.
Well, that's all the papers are.
Oh, that's all the papers. Okay, so we have the box and we have the
Parchment, the rolled up parchment.
Let's start with the parchment.
It is a map of a series of a massive continent surrounded by some islands with strange exotic names you've never heard of before.
Okay, that must be the other place.
Yes,
Dreamland,
it is a rough map of the Dreamlands.
Okay.
They've seen the oceans.
This looks expertly drawn. This is not the work of a child. So there are
the teacher probably drew it.
Right, and it appears very much older than the other papers.
The teacher must have drawn that. Well, I mean, as long as there's water there.
Okay, and the last item you have is the box and the record.
How big is the box again?
It's about the size of 2 decks of cards. It's not that large. It's like, a box.
Well, we can't put the record on without a record player.
I explained that the record player is attached to the bookcase, and it's also
it was on. You could bring it here, but it's
but you would want to make another trip. Oh, if it's broken,
it's broken.
Not working.
What's the song on the record?
As you pull the record out of the sleeve, it is blank.
Oh,
fascinating.
There is like a sticker on it, but the sticker is blank.
All right, let's put that back for now and open the box.
It is a box of loose tea.
I have some theories. Yeah, that's the theory. And I'm wondering if we should be listening to the record while we do it.
Someone would have to repair the record player. That's the thing. I don't trust myself to do it. I don't know if I could do it well.
It's not
maybe Harry or Georgie.
Maybe. I'm not saying we need to. I'm just saying maybe we need to.
Yeah.
At that point, Melvin goes. You hear him kind of stirring, and he kind of gets up and kind of walks over unsteadily, and he sees the map, and he goes, "Boy, I haven't seen that in years."
Yeah. So.
And he kind of runs his hand over it. And then after he runs his hand over it, you see him kind of like with his fingertip draw a line between places.
Hmm.
And you can kind of see him just like shaking his head, like he can scarcely believe it. And he goes, "It's like something out of..." Never mind. And he
Out
just
of a
kind of pulls
dream?
his hand away, and he kind of like shakes it almost as if it's something unwelcome.
Out of a dream?
You could say that. And he kind of goes over to the fire and he just kind of huddles near it.
Yeah. So funny thing happened. There was a girl you knew once, Roxanne.
Wow. I haven't thought about her in years. She was here with me. She was one of the older kids. She always looked out for me.
Yeah. Um. Do you believe in ghosts?
At this point, I'll believe in anything.
Yeah, 'cause I heard that name from her, and she's dead, and I know she's dead.
Yes, I know she died here in Iron Lung.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm guessing this map was drawn by your teacher?
Yes, Mr. Romero, Dr. Romero.
Yeah, she said he taught you all a special kind of dreaming.
I wouldn't say that. It was more kind of a meditation.
Hmm.
Hmm.
He would play a record and we would have to focus on a metronome. And then he'd make tea for us, and in the record he'd be talking, and you kind of fell asleep listening to the words, which were instructions.
Hmm.
There was a spiral
That's
staircase, and then you'd just dream. You'd have the most vivid, beautiful dreams, and you'd feel like you were there for months and months and months. And then you'd wake up, and for a few days, it was like all your problems were gone. You had like I guess going on vacation would be,
yeah.
but doesn't mean it was real.
Except that apparently it was in some sense.
Where are the guys?
They're doing a quick run to bring back more food from a shack, apparently.
And meanwhile,
Great transition!
thank
Nice.
you, thank
Nice
you.
transition.
I was trying to figure out a way I could segue back to these guys.
Hey, Georgie, I
Okay.
still don't know that this is the best idea, but I guess we got to make the best of it since we're out here, huh?
Okay,
I can't hear you,
muted.
bud. You got to
You're
speak up
muted.
a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, would you rather be back there reading books?
I don't know if it gets us out of this mess. What does Black Claw say?
Okay, you're at the door. You haven't left the building yet.
Hmm.
And Black Claw looks over at you and she just goes, "Wow!" Like she's waiting on you.
Did she just curse me out? Can you understand what she's saying still?
Yeah, she's saying hurry the hell up.
When you say that, she darts off out of this back door and starts heading through the woods.
Oh shit! Go, go!
All right.
Okay. She's not running hell bent for leather because she's trying to pace with you guys, but it's clear that she wants a brisk pace as she's leading through. It is very dark out. It's still this cold, raw, early March in a cold New England March, and
At least we're wearing dry clothes this time.
yeah. And I need both of you to make listen and spot hidden rolls.
Okay. Pull my sheet back up again.
Oh, that is a fail on listen.
Also fail.
And a
Listen.
fail on spot hidden.
Yeah, fail both.
Okay, so you guys are moving through the woods at a
We
brisk
are city
pace,
boys and not used to cricket sounds.
and you catch up to the cat, And the cat like stops, and she's looking left and looking right, and kind of panicked.
She looks like
and then she starts.
There's
she
no
immediately-
streets here. You can just go.
Right, she immediately changes direction and starts rushing towards the side. What do you guys do?
I guess follow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
hold on.
follow the cat. Did she say
Yeah.
anything?
Well,
No.
she doesn't normally talk unless you're asleep.
Yeah, but Harry doesn't really know that. Fucking Georgie said the cat was talking.
He said, yeah, follow her.
Okay, hold on. As you guys are doing that, and you're kind of behind her, you from where she kind of was, the all of the like the dead brush and the twigs, the bare trees and the sticks and the twigs and all of the brambles, you see a bundle of it lurch forward and try and grab both of you. It's almost like this living mass of animated debris. So I'll need you both to make a sand check.
Oh, it's my Sam.
And
Super
each,
success.
On 8.
Hey, me too.
okay, so you guys are not you're not shattered by this. You're like, damn it. And I need you guys to make a luck check, and the one who has the least luck gets this attack roll.
46.
Oh, 33 on the nose.
Okay, Harry, you are attacked by this mass of living bramble that's lurched out of the darkness. And luckily, I rolled an 88 and it misses.
Oh, hey, whoa.
And at this point, you realize there are 2 or 3 of them in the area, and they're kind of starting to corral you, to kind of get around you. And this was the one that was in front of you, and the cat saw it and ran around it. So what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to attack? Do you guys want to defend? Do you guys want to evade and keep following the cat? Because the cat is not up for fighting this.
We gotta follow the cat. Go.
Yeah. Let's. All right.
Okay.
He's like got the bar up ready, and then he's like, and then he just like turns and starts to run.
Okay. So
I do have a question.
yes,
What are the outside conditions? It's winter, right? Is it
it's
dry?
winter. This is
it
hilly.
snow?
There's like frost on the ground. It's still kind of damp and raw.
Damp. Okay.
So as you are dodging and struggling to get past it, George, you are missed, and Harry, you are actually struck by one of these things as you're running past it to just kind of get in an effort to get clear.
So can I ask a mechanics question real quick?
Sure thing.
What is dodge for?
Dodge is you can avoid that attack, but you can't take an action next round.
Gotcha.
So do you wish to dodge, or do you just going to take the hit and keep running?
I'm gonna take the hit and keep running, because if we stop, then they're gonna.
Okay, it like slashes. Basically, there's like a bloody rake across your cheek and neck for 3 points. So you got blood pouring down.
Okay.
But it even though it cut you off and kind of blocked your path, you were able to kind of rush around it and follow the cat. And these things aren't fast, but they were out there kind of following and herding in on you. So once you've seen them, they were easier to evade. But of course, they're going to be relentless, and they are following you. You get to the cabin, and the cat is there, and you see her kind of dart into the cabin through a crack in the main door.
I just like pound into the door and just start jiggling the handle to see if it's open or not.
You do get into the cabin.
Slam that thing behind us.
You slam it behind you. Okay.
Chair up underneath the door handle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me tell you what is in the cabin. And again, it's like pitch dark in here.
Now it starts
Does Harry-
feeling around for a light switch right near the door.
Well, no, there's no electricity.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Well, he would
Harry,
check.
though, Harry's a smoker. Does he have a lighter on him?
He does, because I started a fire when we got off the.
You find
Yeah.
a lantern here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he lights the lantern then.
As you're,
we're
as you're trying to light the lantern, it's just not catching. And then right beside the lantern on the shelf where you saw the lantern is a a tin of oil.
So he like moves the lighter over. He's like, "Oh shit, yeah. Hold on, hold this. Let me do this." So he takes the cap off, fills
Okay,
the
so
lantern
you
up.
get the
I'll give
lantern
you a little bit of light.
and it basically, this is kind of like a hunting shack, more like a camping shack. It's you find it's got like the one bed, the one table, the two chairs, a potbelly stove. But you do find plenty of things that would be used here. In about 10 minutes of searching, you find like 4 sets of warm clothes. They're all men, but there are several pairs of pants and socks and some flannels and sweaters. There's like 3 or 4 blankets. There's another jar of oil that's full. This one was almost empty. You find about 8 things of canned food. You find a big a big slab of like salted jerky. So there's some meat that could be reconstituted and used. Even better, you find some crab traps. And best of all, you find a rifle.
Nice.
Is there any ammunition with the rifle?
It is not loaded, but in a box right underneath the rack, there are 9 rounds.
Ooh.
Hey, do you know how to do any shooting?
Not exactly. I haven't exactly gotten out of the city and done some hunting. No.
Well, it's gonna have to do. And he pushes the rifle into your hands. Then he takes it back and he loads it, and then he gives it to you.
Bunch of thanks.
Is there any wood stacked up near the fireplace?
Make a luck roll.
Make a luck roll.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna
44 out of 48.
Nice.
Okay, hold on. I want to tell you what kind of rifle it is.
I was actually hoping for a shotgun.
And for those at home, indispensable.
That's awesome.
I love this book. I absolutely love it. I wish we had written it. I'm glad someone else did, because this was probably a lot of work. All right, it is a Winchester Model 06. No, that damage is terrible. Never mind. No self-respecting person would own that. Okay, it's a Winchester Model 94. Also very common, 2d6 plus 2. Rate of fire is 1. Capacity is 6 with 1 in the chamber.
So you got 2 extra bullets.
And I will put a tab on that page. These are Keeper Tips 101. Okay.
So there's wood by the fireplace, and there's like one of those round iron things, and there's a couple of split logs in there. Then,
yeah. And you also find a kind of like a large satchel that you could probably put all the canned goods in and the meat. The crab traps, somebody would have to like sling them over the shoulder, and that's only if you're gonna get down to the water and try and place them and come back a day later.
Right. Are there any like leather straps or rope or anything that we can tie all the blankets and close up with?
Yes, I think a bundle of rope in a utility cabin is kind of an obvious.
Yeah.
Roll your luck and just tell me if you make a critical failure.
No, 5 out of 33.
You find a beautiful brand new coil of rope.
Yes.
It's the really expensive
50 feet
rope,
exactly.
Dungeon Master's Guide. 50 feet of silk rope.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I probably used up the remainder of the oil in the one can.
No, I think that it'd probably be about an hour. What you filled from that one half-empty can was like for 2 hours of use.
Okay.
So you have enough lamp oil for 6 hours.
Okay. So
Or
I
in
think
certain religions, 8 days.
Well, what I'm thinking is to make like a homemade torch. So I want to rip the pillowcase and wrap it around the longest, chunk of wood that there is by the fire. Wrap that up, douse it with a little bit of oil, so we have a flaming torch in case I assume these things are outside.
Okay, you can do that. I don't know how well it's going to work. What skill check is there? Because I know in Cthulhu Invictus there's a craft skill, but I don't think there's one in regular 1920s.
I have an 81
arts and
spot
crafts.
hidden. Can we use that?
Spot? No, we can't use spot hidden to make a torch.
What about
That's not even a stretch.
survival?
That's an insult.
There's survival.
I will accept the survival roll.
Fuck. All right.
It's not as easy to make a torch as people think.
Fuck. I rolled a 6 out of what is it? 10 base 10.
Well, I guess
You know
you're getting more points in survival after this game.
So
make
look.
a torch.
If it matters, I'll spend a point to make it a hard success.
That
It's a
doesn't
super
matter.
good.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So,
Are these things pounding on the door?
No,
Do we hear
it's been
anything
quiet.
shuffling around?
it's been quiet.
Is it
Nothing.
too quiet?
One could say that. Yes.
So, all right. So we got all the goods. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know that these things they're probably none too smart, right? I mean, she probably just made these things, right? But
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing we could hopefully maybe just outrun them.
well, maybe they'll be scared of the fire. I don't know. That's why I made the torch, and he holds the torch up.
Well, I mean, that's if they're smart enough to actually be afraid of anything.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out, huh? You good with that bag?
Yeah, kind of strap it on. He's actually, I'm gonna take a section of the rope and tie it around the straps, and put all the blankets and stuff in front of me, just so it's all held down.
Maybe I could make like a bindle, right? We'll take one of the blankets, put the other stuff in it,
Yeah,
and then
make a bindle. That's
there
over,
you go.
right? So I can kind of wear it like a, yeah.
Yeah, that'll work too.
That way you're not overloaded, right?
True.
Are we taking the crab traps?
And nah, I don't see us doing much crabbing.
All right, fair enough.
Unless
I mean,
we
we're not.
plan on trying to catch a crow or something with them.
Well, we ain't gonna stay here, right? So we don't need them in the
Right.
water here if we're gonna scoot on over to the Dreamlands.
Right, yeah. And hopefully we're not going to be around all that much longer.
Well, when you say it like that, it doesn't sound so good.
I mean, not dead. I mean, we ain't going to be spending much time at the hospital.
Yeah.
Do what we need to do and then get out of there.
All right.
Back to the real world, back to the city,
Fingers crossed, right?
where there's no skeletons and twig bombs.
So just to refresh
talking
all
cats.
my memory, opposed POW checks, we both roll, and whoever gets the largest degree of success wins.
Oh shit, I don't remember. This is a core podcast. As much Cthulhu as we play. I don't know.
I
That
think
sounds
that's the way it's
right.
supposed to go.
I think so. That sounds right. I don't know if we want to spend time looking it up or not.
Oh, it's going to be important.
Well, maybe we should look it up then. I mean, you're running, right? So it's whatever you say it is.
Well, we're recording, so I don't want to embarrass myself.
That's fair.
Opposed power rolls. Many spells call for power roll to be a test, whether blah, blah, blah. Both sides make a power roll and compare their levels of success, with the higher one being the victor.
Okay.
In the
So
case
you guys
of
are
a tie,
stepping
the
out
higher
of the,
power
you
wins.
guys are stepping out of the
Yeah, I mean, I think we have everything that we need. We make sure everything is secure.
Okay.
Do
The
we
cat, by the
wanna-
way, is gone.
All right.
I was going to look for the cat.
Yeah.
She was
We
she
like
was,
look
she
around.
was here to lead you here. As soon as she got here, she's like, "All right, I'm done."
Fuck,
All right.
you can-
So do we just want to like make a break for it? Like, do we
I
just
think
want to
so.
like bust to the store and run?
yeah, I think so. You remember how to get back?
No, but
Fuck.
Okay.
All right, well,
At
I know.
this
I at
point,
least hopefully I know what direction we
you
came
open
in.
it. You
hopefully.
open the door. You step out. You're not more than 5 feet away. Georgie, you need to make a pow check.
all right. Oh, Georgie.
Luckily, I have a high ass pow. Boom, 62.
What degree of success did
80.
you make?
That's 1 degree.
Okay, you fail.
That's
She not only rolled better, she has a lot higher pow than you. Okay, so Harry, all of a sudden, Georgie's leading the way with the rifle, and he's starting to book, and he just stops, and he turns, and he levels the rifle at you and fires. Georgie, roll an attack.
well. Luckily, my roll is horrible with shotguns and rifles. So that is an 81 out of 25.
Okay. You come to your senses, and it's like you don't know, like this voice just compelled you, like, turn and fire on your friend. Harry, what do you want to do?
So Harry just he stops, so he kind of stops and he pulls the rifle up. And he's like, hey, and it's like, boom, and he slaps the rifle away. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Am I aware of things now?
Yes.
All right. He when you slap he drops the rifle to the side, and he's like, shit, man. I'm sorry.
Harry.
Ah.
Make a pow check.
Oh fuck. Oh no.
Fail?
I got 100.
All right. Well, she did not fail. So when you're trying to explain, Harry just drops the bindle, draws his revolver, and fires at you.
I have a much better shooting than you do.
Right.
All right. Let's see, blue. 40 out of 65.
I dodge.
You can dodge.
Oh, all right.
You can dodge.
Right, because you see me doing it.
54 out of 57.
So both
Okay.
regular successes.
And she's burning up magic points, but she's got plenty. Okay, what do you guys want to do? It wears off, Harry, and you come to your senses.
It wears off. He's like he looks at the gun and he looks at George. He's like, "Oh shit, man, I'm sorry," and he sticks it back in the holster and snaps it, and then buttons his coat. And then I guess I envision the bindle as hanging, not so much him
Then you
carrying.
drop. Yeah, okay. Then it's hanging.
Yeah. So he's like, maybe she's here. We gotta go. We gotta go, man. We gotta go.
Okay.
All right.
So I probably dropped the torch, and because I have the lantern in my left hand, then probably right.
Yeah.
Lantern
Okay.
torch.
So you drop the torch. Hold
I
on.
picked the torch back up.
Okay. You hear like laughter. And as you're starting to move forward, there's all of these, there's all these dead leaves and frost covered bits of brush all around the area. And as you step forward, you disturb this massive cloud of what looks like camouflaged moths. Like, you ever walk up on an insect that was perfectly camouflaged and then it suddenly flutters? So there's like 50 or 60 of these, moths that you've roused from their camouflage. And as they spread their wings, it's all this multi-iridescent colored, like the inside of their wings are colorful and the outside is drab. And these swirl, when they move forward a bit, swirl and coalesce into the figure of a beautiful woman in a robe with butterfly wings. And she said, you were warned so many times. And she just holds out her hand, and I need this. She'll use just 8 points.
Oh, only 8.
Only 8. Oh, okay.
All right. I need both of you to make a luck check.
I got a 19 out of 46.
I got a
48.
77.
Okay. She holds her hand out like forward, and like a stream of tiny butterflies come rippling out. And as they who had the lower luck? Did either of you fail?
Oh, I failed hardcore.
Okay. So Georgie gets engulfed by this stream of butterflies, and their wings are like razor sharp. So
Like
as
all
they
in his
all
mouth.
fly around you, they open up a million little razor cuts, and they do 4 points of damage.
Oh.
And you're just
Can
like
he dodge?
bleeding. No, it's a spell.
Can I lunge forward? I want to jam the torch.
No,
At
she coalesced far enough ahead of you
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
that but you can fire the weapon.
I button my coat. I put it back in the holster.
Well, she casted him, so when you saw her and she monologued a little bit, I assumed you were getting it out. I'm not going to charge you an extra round for.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's fair. I guess maybe when she points her finger, then yeah, if she's far enough away.
Right, she is.
Okay, yeah. Then I try to shoot her. Then
Are you able to fire more than once around at your level, or
I don't.
what's your handgun skill? If it's over 75, I think you get. You have a 1911.
I have a 1911. My skill is 65.
All right, I don't think that grants you the bonus, so I think it's just one around.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I don't think he says anything witty. I can't think of anything. 30 out of 65, so that's a hard success.
Okay, good. Give me damage.
So it's 2d4.
And just for the record, roll San.
Oh, okay.
When she coalesced out of butterflies.
I don't actually have that damage written down. What an idiot.
I think it's 1d10 plus 2, but I'm...
So much editing in this episode.
Georgie failed San.
All right, so you're taking 3 points of seeing her appear out of nowhere. M1911 is 1d10 plus 2.
1d10 plus 2. Yeah! I rolled a 10! 12 points.
Oh, excellent.
And
She
my
takes
San-
a vicious hit. Even you see that this is enough that it would have killed any normal person. But she takes it in stride.
She's made of butterflies, so
Yeah.
But
Is there any sand
she
loss?
appears shocked. She's absolutely shocked that you've hit her. Georgie, you've got the rifle. You can charge and try and get into fisticuffs next round if you're better at that. You can fire a
Yeah.
rifle now. She's got a lot of magic points left.
Yeah,
Whatever you want to do.
I'm gonna run and charge at her instead.
You run and charge at her. Okay.
Yeah. Trying to like take some like cover with if there's like trees or like anything in the way, I'll try to like dodge through that. I'm not gonna like try to beeline right at her, but
All right. I've got all these little tabs of all the spells that she's planning to use. So
it's a lot of tabs.
yeah. You knew she was out here. Okay. It's going to be an opposed power roll. And she's used up 10 of her. She's used up. Well, she hasn't used up. She still has a pretty high POW. So.
Are we both making POW checks? Or
No,
just
as Georgie.
Okay. Yep.
That's a 45 out of 80. Would
All
it be worth it to spend the 5 luck to bring it down to a hard success?
It probably will be.
Probably, yeah, I'll do it.
I mean, she has a super high POW and she's using a ton of magic points.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I'm gonna drop that down to a hard success.
Okay, unfortunately, it's still not enough.
Ah, fuck. Sorry, Jesse.
Hold on. You'd think that this spell would have... Hold on. Okay. All right. So she's going to invest. How many points do you have left?
What, hit points?
Yeah.
Not enough, probably.
You're lucky I didn't shoot you.
Right?
Okay. You come running up, and she's like, "Enough!" And she puts both hands together, and there's a flash of light, and you're just hit with a blast of energy, and all of the flesh on that side of your body just blackens, and you're thrown back about 10 feet prone, and you take 5 points of damage.
Oh yeah, I'm at -2 if that were a thing.
Okay, so you're unconscious.
Yes.
But because it's not a bleeding wound, you're gonna stay there. And Harry, you actually see her take damage from this spell as well. Like you see, like all of the palms of both of her hands are all blackened. What do you want to do?
I think I double down and just try to shoot her again.
Okay,
Shoot
go.
her in the eye.
I mean, if he's down, right, I can't get away fast enough.
Okay.
Dragging him. So he's probably says something. I don't know. I'm not that smart. It's a long week. Maybe he just shouts, "Leave us alone!" 56 out of 65. So a regular success.
Okay, give me damage.
Ooh, 10. 8 plus 2.
Wow. Okay. Give me a second. Okay, so no, I don't even know why I marked that one down.
And this is when Black Claw jumps out of the tree and onto her head and kicks with her back feet, scratches
I
her
think
eyes out.
you guys are doing pretty well. Believe it or
You're
not.
dead. I'm down a whole bunch of hit points.
Sorry for the delay, guys.
No, you're fine.
Okay, so I need you to make a strength check, Harry.
All right. Let's see what my strength is. Strength is 60. All right, let's go. 43 out of 60.
Okay. The gun in your hand suddenly lurches forward with an incredible amount of strength. You manage to hold on to it. It doesn't go flying, but it pulls you off your feet. And like once you fall, it like drags you like another foot forward. But you're able to hold on to it. She was basically trying to like fling it out of your hands.
Right.
That burned up a little bit more magic points.
I think I probably shoot from the ground. You know, like maybe get up on one hand and one knee and just hold it out and shoot at
Okay.
her.
Go.
Right? I mean, 24. That's a hard success, baby. 8 again, 10.
You hit her in the chest. She falls to one knee and looks down, and she says, "This means nothing. I'll be back." And you're a murderer. And she just laughs and falls, and then you see like butterflies start to like lift off of her body. And you see like a middle-aged guy with atrophied legs and arms lying in the snow.
That's got to be a sand check, right?
Yeah.
36 out of 62. I take a hit for that?
Yeah, you're gonna take 4 points.
Okay. 2, 3, 4. And did we didn't lose anything from seeing her, did we? You didn't say. We both succeeded, I think.
Yeah, I had you roll, but no, I think you both succeeded, so you were fine.
Okay. Yep.
No, I actually failed. I took 3.
Oh, did you roll,
So,
Harry?
yeah.
For
I
seeing
rolled,
her?
yeah.
I'm Harry. Did you roll?
Harry roll.
I did. Yeah.
Okay, then
You guys-
you
it's-
made it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Georgie is still alive, but he is unconscious, and it looks like he's gotten the worst sunburn in his life. So much so that like all of the clothes on that side of his body are smoldering.
Can I do some sort of first aid out here? I mean, I don't have any gear, right? I mean, I don't like actually have anything to do first aid with, I guess, right?
No.
Roll me up in a blanket and fireman carry me.
Fuck.
If you drop all the supplies, you can fireman carry him back into the house. And then you just have to come back out to get them.
I don't know about all that. So he tied the pack to the front of him. So I think I'd probably leave the rifle. I probably have to dump the bindle because I don't think I could have the bindle on and then have him on. But I think I leave the backpack on him, and then I sling him over my shoulders.
All right. I will allow you to keep the bindle, the backpack, and Georgie, and just stagger back with a hard success on strength.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah. I got a 43, so I'd have to spend 13 luck points to make it hard. So I guess I do it.
Okay. You get him back without the rifle, but with all the food, the warm clothing and blankets, and Georgie. So you're now in the building on the ground floor. If you need help, you can scream up and they'll probably hear you through the echoes of the building.
Yeah, I slam the door. I kind of gently put him on the ground, and I run towards the stairwell. I say,
then the
Viv,
one person with good legs can help.
You're right. Viv, I need some help. Georgie got roasted.
I hear Harry, so I just told Millie and Melvin I'll be right back, and I start briskly pacing, brisk as possible without potentially tripping
Okay,
over something.
sand check.
Me?
Yeah.
The hell?
Harry,
Helping someone.
you were ripped apart by. Did you get the butterfly cuts, or was that both on Georgie?
Everything was on Georgie.
Oh boy!
Oh, you did get raked by one of the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You see,
yeah.
Harry has this bloody gash on the side of his face, and there's blood just caked and dried on his thing. And Georgie is covered with cuts, and he's covered, and the whole front of his body is just burned, almost like he's been blackened, blackened by like a cast iron skillet on one side.
I'm
And
probably openly
he's
bleeding
barely
now,
breathing.
Right?
I mean, you hear him wheezing, but he's unconscious.
I'm
my
sitting
God.
down.
They've got he's got like a backpack and a bindle, and he's just like collapsed onto the floor, like hands and knees panting.
I take everything that I can carry and strap it on me. And I'm gonna try to start bringing them up one at a time up the stairs.
Make a strength check.
It's all steps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all steps.
Even if they'd had an elevator, which they didn't, it wouldn't be working now.
No?
Yeah.
A 2.
You rolled a 2?
Wow.
Holy shit.
Vivian pulls an Incredible Hulk just on adrenaline and grit, and somehow manages, with the backpack and the bindle slung over one shoulder, and half dragging Georgie, and she just collapses by you, Millie, and just drops the
I'm gonna
supply.
go into nurse mode and see what I can do. Georgie.
Harry, and before you even notice it, Harry, somebody starts helping you up, and they're as weak as you, and it's Melvin.
He's confused, right? Like, who the fuck is touching me, right? And he's like,
It's okay.
He's off.
It's okay. He said, let me help you up. And it's like, he's helping you up, and his arms are like trembling. Like,
I try not to put too much weight on him.
Right.
Like I'll put my hand on the floor and try to like push myself
But he
up. So
can at least he takes like the lantern and your handgun, and he takes some of the weight off of you. That helps you stagger back up to the safe room.
Right.
Okay.
So we're leaning on each other going up the steps.
So,
so everyone is back upstairs.
I've got medicine and base first aid. Can I do anything for the gentleman?
Roll first aid on Georgie twice.
I can do first
And
aid
once
as
on
well.
Harry. Harry has 1 wound, so if there's one successful first aid, he'll get some points back for the face.
What's your first aid, Viv?
I have a 75.
Yeah, you do that because medicine's my strong suit, not first
All right.
aid.
So, how many first aids? 1? I can
1
do?
on Harry, 2 on Georgie.
All right. Harry got a 13.
Harry,
Damn!
out of
Or
you get 1 point out of those 4 that you lost back. I think it was 3
Out
points.
of 13.
I rolled a 1. What can I tell you?
no fucking way. I rolled a 13 again.
On Georgie?
Yeah.
For the burns, you apply ointment and what you can for burns. Lots of ice, and you cool and you manage to heal 3 points of the burn damage.
I mean, the flip
right.
side
Okay.
of the cold
That's
is
the
we've
good
got
news.
ice.
The good news, that's the good news. The bad news is he's now conscious with 1 point and feeling all of that.
And
So
then
he
my
wakes
second,
up and he's just like, in absolute agony.
It burns. It burns.
and then I got a 53 on the
Okay.
second roll.
Okay, and as soon as you deal with the burns, you see that he's just like covered with thin, deep cuts. And for that, you manage to heal, bandage him up, the worst of them. And I roll another 6, 3 points. So, Georgie, you're back 6 points from that horrific.
Wow.
And you're probably still fucked up because you're like.
Right?
Okay.
But you do have some news to share, Harry, don't you?
I gather you
Yeah.
met her again.
Yeah, she met us in the woods. She tried messing with our brains. Georgie tried to shoot me. I tried to shoot him. I put some damage on her, but I shot her a couple of times. But it wasn't her. It was she was using somebody again. Like
Body jumper, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I killed the guy.
No.
I don't know who he was.
He might have been dead already, remember?
Yeah. He was
Or you could
probably
roll
dead
to
already.
remember the coma victim that suddenly escaped the house fire in Boston the day you
Oh,
arrived in
I
Kingsport.
remember it. I'm just not gonna
I'm just
just not going to mention that. I totally
don't
remember
think-
that.
Yeah, I don't think Harry would think about that.
No.
Oh god. No, we're just gonna reassure Harry
Yeah.
that he was dead already and he was just a tool, a puppet. That's it.
And if you think so, it's yeah. I didn't. I mean, it didn't even. I didn't even think about it. I mean, she was just coming at us and coming at us.
Yeah,
Mm.
I know. And we're going to have to meet her in her home ground. And I'm real sorry, Melvin, but we're going to have to do impossible
Melvin's not
things.
here.
Where is he?
Shit.
Melvin.
Make a
I'll-
listen roll.
As I
Oh,
say, I
fuck.
staggered to my feet.
Oh, come on, Melvin. Where did you go? Where's my
43 success.
Ooh. 21 success.
Okay,
Nope.
you hear him
Yes.
heading downstairs towards the main entrance.
I am the strongest person here right now, so I go running. Like
I limp after.
Jet.
Okay,
as
Vivian,
fast as I can.
you're the only one
It
not
hurts
hurt.
when I move.
Oh, actually, Harry, you only got a face wound, so you can get down to him. Georgie, you're
That's
going
fine.
nowhere, and Billy, you're
Yeah.
going nowhere. So
I try to stand up,
Vivian,
my
you get
skin
to him.
cracks.
He's like walking outside, and he's screaming. He goes, "No more!" He goes, "No more!" He goes, "If you want to kill me, just kill me."
I grabbed him.
He goes,
Oh my God.
"We're done. I'm not playing your games anymore." He says, "Here I am." He goes, "What? All of this for me." He goes, if you're angry at me, then come for me." He goes, "Stop hurting people. They've done nothing to you." What do you want to do, Viv?
I grab him and I bring him back inside,
Make a
and I
strength
use
check.
whatever strength I have left, because the guy's weak right now, to drag him back inside, and I slap him in the face. And I literally look him in the eyes and I go, "There are a lot of people trying to keep you alive because we care.
Okay,
And
make a
you're
psychology check.
I can do that, I think. I hope so. God, I hope so. God, I hope so. Come on, Dice. You've been doing. Do I want to spend luck points on that?
How
Maybe.
much?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to spend 4 luck points.
Oh yeah,
On this.
4 for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, and he just starts crying. He goes, "It's not fair." He goes, "It's not fair." He says, "Did you look at him? Did you look at him? He was dying. He was dying." He goes, "I don't even know this man."
You're heard. I understand. I hear you. But right now, what I need from you is to be strong. I know for a good portion of your life you couldn't be strong. And now is the time for you to be strong. We're all
Harry,
here
you get
for
here
you.
just as she's done slapping him and talking him down, and he's just like he's not sobbing, but tears are like running down his face, and he just keeps
I disarm
mumbling.
him as he's like sort of crying and like maybe rubbing at his eyes or whatever, with like he's holding the gun. I just like take the gun from him.
Right, because you remember he took your gun.
Yeah.
Okay, you take the gun from him and you get back upstairs with him.
I give him a
check
hug
through
before
the
we go
supplies.
upstairs.
Did they bring anything resembling booze back?
No, there wasn't any booze in the cabin.
Damn, because there's at least 2 people here who could really use it. Oh well.
I think it's 10:37. I think this is a nice narrative place to stop. We do have fixing the phonograph and figuring all that out, but I think that'll be a good place to start next session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of kooky shit happened. I definitely want to decompress with you guys after we sign off and get your opinion on the material.
I also think it's going to be us just breaking the phonograph more and more.
Do any of you have mechanical repair?
No!
Or 20. That's
I have
it.
20. Yeah.
See, there's a number of skills. Oh, you
Why
do?
I gave myself mechanical. I have 45 in mechanical repair.
All right, all is not lost.
Are there helping
Seriously,
mechanics?
that is a thing you need to take into account because there are skills that some groups somehow never have. I've never had a group that took tracking. I've never had a group that took navigate. I don't know why. They just don't.
Okay. All right, good. So
my next Cthulhu character is going to be the hunter that uses that cabin.
and Lisa, before you say what happens if they don't have mechanical repair,
you know I'm gonna.
They take the record back to Kingsport and they find a shop. So all is not, or they buy a new photograph. All is not lost.
How did they get off the island?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to take Lynette some time to find a new body. You've bought yourself some time. Which is why I had the guy rush outside, say, "If you want me, take me," because of course she couldn't.
Yeah.
I'm not going to derail my own scenario. He didn't know that.
Here's the thing. We don't know that we've bought ourselves some time. I didn't know that you said so explicitly.
Well, she told him, she said, all you bought yourself is time and you're a murderer. I'll be back.
Yeah, but we know she's going to come back. We don't know how much or little time we have.
Right. You don't have a lot of time. You have enough time to get back to Kingsport.
We don't know that. I mean, the thing is, it's very easy on the other side of the virtual GMing screen to think you're being so obvious, and it's so obvious to you. And we're like, we do? We do?
Jesse's run into that problem with us before.
Oh, yeah.
See, the problem with your group is you're so physically just shattered. I mean, Harry's down 3, right?
No, I don't know what my max was. I have 8 right now.
Vivian, what are you?
I'm still at.
You've been
How do
lucky.
I say this without jinxing myself?
You haven't been injured yet.
No, I have, but
oh yeah, the crows got everybody a little bit. I think.
The crows.
Millie's she's got 4 points, and Georgie I think has 5.
Here's the thing, though. If no one can fix it, and Lynette hasn't yet been kicked out of her body, is there like a backup plan? Like, does Melvin remember enough of the record that someone could hum along to it, as it were?
You realize I'm not writing this to publish it yet. I'm just writing it for us. So
I know, but it's going to be published.
All of that problems in 2023 when we're writing this. When we've cleared away everything else, Lisa, we'll fix all of this.
Working on it
tomorrow.
We're working on it. We're shelving this one. We're kicking this one down the road.
I feel like we're already
We're
in
all
the
having a
post-show
good
right
time.
now.
That's all that I'm going for right now. We're having a
Oh
good
heck,
time.
this is my break from that spreadsheet.
Right. Wow. She's very deadly. And
You didn't
Yeah.
know?
No, I did know. I just didn't think two of you would be out there. I thought
Right.
that you might have all of
Uh,
you, or even not try for the cabin, but you did, and there you go. So
we had that option. It increased other options to have it.
right.
We literally could not all go. And
Yeah.
somebody's got to be looking after Melvin no matter what. At which point, given the state Millie's in, you've got to have one able-bodied person there.
Okay.
It
No,
happened.
it's all working out the way it's working
Yeah.
out. It's working out great.
I mean, movie-wise, this is
Eerie.
perfect because you've got the tension created.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that is exactly how you do it in the movie.
Rolls on that pistol.
Hmm?
So,
Yeah, fuck, I did.
Had you not
26 points of
dodged,
damage.
that would have been.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd have murdered the hell out of you.
right? Oh yeah, I would have
No, do double check the 7th edition rules because combat's slightly less deadly, which does help in that you can, if I'm attacking you,
Yeah, but all of her none of her attacks were physical attacks. All of them were spells.
not relevant. If I'm making a physical attack on you, which the guys were doing on each other, you can, at no cost, if I remember
Like
correctly,
do a fight back or something like that.
fight back or dodge, and this does not take away your next action.
Well, yeah, Georgie dodged or didn't. Or, anyway, it all worked out. It all
Oh, yeah,
worked out fine.
Yep,
But what
yep.
I'm saying is,
God.
we may be that may be giving other groups just a little more breathing room than we're assuming.
So I love how when you're like, "Oh, are they breaking down the door to get in?" I'm like, "No, it's quiet." And Georgie goes, "Is it too quiet?" I'm like,
It's like Evil Dead.
because of course
Right.
it's like they're not
Of course
trying to
it's
get in,
quiet.
and then you're like, in the back of your mind, I'm like, they know she's out there. They know.
I didn't know she
Oh,
was
yeah.
out there. I thought they
I knew
pulled away
something
from the
was out
cabin and they were waiting us to re-enter the
Yeah,
woodlands.
yeah,
right?
that's what I
thought.
thought.
That's why I
Because she
wanted the
wasn't showing
torch.
her face, and she wasn't showing her face, and I didn't expect her to come back at this point.
She kind of felt like she'd split the party, and now is the perfect time to kill.
Oh
half
yeah,
of you.
logically, very logical.
And she also
makes
didn't
sense.
want you guys getting these weapons back and the weapons and the food back, because basically she was laying siege to him. She's hoping he
Yeah.
starves to death.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was I have to disrupt the resupply.
Yeah.
That all made sense. I mean, it felt good, right? It made sense. Like Lisa said, it was cinematic. Georgie goes down, Harry's blasting at her, she's taking it and not dying, and then she,
I know.
disappears, and there's a body. Like, it's all really good.
Well, thanks. I'm really happy the way this is
Mhm.
turning out.
Mm.
Oh, this is worth punting a few sessions to get to.
Yeah,
something
yeah.
really,
Yeah,
really
definitely.
cinematic.
Yeah.
And next session is, well, if you guys can repair the phonograph and enter the Dreamlands from here, we'll be ending part 2 and starting part 3 next week. Well,
Damn.
not next week, but God only knows when
Next
we'll be
time.
able.
Yeah.
Next time,
Yeah.
next session we play, which
When
will
do
probably
we-
be in April.
Calendar thingy. Okay, I need to do bistro math because the Thursday game is 3 different games in this really weird rotation. So next week is the game that I'm in. 2 weeks from now is the game that I'm not in.
Mm.
Let's see. That's the 31st. Wait, if I'm reading this right, I think after next week I'm free till the 21st on Thursdays, but I'm not positive. As I said, it's this really weird 3-week rotation, but it's not an even 3-week rotation.
Yeah, I
Feel
probably
like the
wouldn't have wanted to play
calendar.
Thursday the 31st because midnight that night I'm launching the Kickstarter.
Oh, the fiction Kickstarter?
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
Yeah,
how that
no,
goes.
you don't want to be running a game and then move straight into launching a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Well, thanks guys. This was
Sure.
awesome. I really, really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, it was good.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Very good.
Yeah. It was short but action packed.
An hour and a half, hour 45. That's usually what we do, right?
Yeah.
Give or take,
Yeah.
something like that.
About.
Oh, no, I'm fine with that. One of the things I learned several years ago, I don't remember if it was Gen Con or Origins, most things you can do in a 4-hour game session, if you do it at speed, you can do it in 2 hours.
Right. And again, you guys were split, so I didn't want to
Yeah.
I didn't want to have you guys separated doing stuff without one another for too terribly long.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
All right, cool. So we will be in touch. We will figure out when we're going to do the next game.
Yep.
Yeah. I no complaints. This was awesome.
Do you want to sign off, John?
Oh yeah.
'Cause we
Well, I
never
think
did
we,
that,
kinda-
right?
we kicked the can around a little bit already, but yeah.
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 All right, cool. Well, I want to thank everybody for checking this out. I hope you're enjoying it. This regular Call of Cthulhu game is a little bit of a switch up for us, and it's been a lot of fun so far. We have coffee for sale, but get it now. I talked to Neil the other day. In real time, it is March 17th, so I'll probably edit this all out later. But yeah, so he may not be roasting coffee for too much longer. I think once the beans that he has are gone, that's going to be it for our coffee, which sucks because I cannot find a good cup of coffee, and he has ruined coffee for me for fucking ever now because I can't find something to replace it. So if you have been neglecting trying it, which I guess maybe you're screwed if you try it and then he spoils you for coffee, you're going to be shit out of luck. But you could order like a lot of coffee right now and just maybe stockpile it. I don't know. Do whatever you want. Look, there's coffee for sale. If you use the code Legends10, you're going to get 10% off your order. Shipping is always free or until it runs out and then there's not any coffee. So there's not really any. You get it, it's fine. There's
still free.
yeah. Our Patreon is up if you're interested in supporting the show that way. There's also a tip jar over at goldengoblinpress.com. You could throw some shekels over at Oscar that way.
Or
There's
just
also
shop at our store. We've got
tons of
plenty of
books.
cool stuff. And
Yep.
we're hoping to have more new stuff eventually. We're working.
early.
We have several irons in the fire right now.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks everybody. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.